for me personally, I guess I never really see it, and I think it's helpful to not see a distinction. And here's why I think it's really important not to. I think if you have a distinction in your mind that, okay, I'm gonna go do commercial work and like do it just to survive, and you just roll your eyes and you do it because you have to, and it's like kind of, I feel like I tend to get that vibe from a lot of the people who are wanting this distinction, is that they kind of hate on commercial work, or most of them do it, but like to their chagrin, you know, of just like, I have to do commercial work. And it's like, okay, like, I mean, I get that if that's not what you're wanting to do. But what I think is really that negative of that is then you start to kind of like silo it in your mind, where it's like you separate the two. So it's like, okay, no creativity. It's almost like you stop. This is just me putting it out there. Somebody can totally argue with me on this, but I feel like, at least for me, if I was to do that, then all of a sudden I'm not exercising my creativity in the same way as I would not having that distinction. So like for me, every project I do, for better for worse, I try really hard to find a way to make it creative and interesting. And I think everything I've been, learning over the years with, from you and from like Christo and like these people, is like digging into the heart of like, what does the client actually need, rather than just, they come to you and say, we want a video that does X, Y, and Z, or a video that's a testimonial. It's like, hey, what do you really want to accomplish as a company? What stories are going to help tell that? And then diving into what's the unique angle we can do with this? How's the way that we can tell it in a more unique cinematic storytelling, cinema-driven way that then elevates their project? And it's paid off for us, at least in the sense of we have people, like, we don't have to market ourselves to clients, because clients come to us for exactly that, where it's like a blend between commercial and narrative. And so then to me, it's like, I definitely, if somebody wants to hit me up and do a purely narrative project, I probably would definitely consider it. But I don't necessarily have that same itch of like, I'm just having to daily do the grind of, doing commercial work. Like I love what I do in the commercial world. Like, I'm getting paid and I'm able to be super creative, and like we have an actual just like straight up narrative piece that's like a branded content piece coming up later this fall. And we plan to shoot it anamorphic and have actors. They're not going to be like professional actors still, but things like that, where it's like we're kind of getting more into that world of what it would be like to shoot a short film. And I just love that blend. And so I think making that distinction, I think, can tend to, you kind of just then bottle up all your creativity and you just kind of like be a little bit aloof. Then towards commercial clients, it's almost like treating them as like, oh, they don't care about those things. But actually, at the end of the day, if you really dig into what does the client actually need, what's their goals and mission and vision, and then connecting with them on the level of like, here's how we can elevate your idea, rather than just taking it as a button pusher, then I think that's when you can blend those worlds, and it's super cool. So